The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the October 17th, the fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day, and let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email. Send it to steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, and you should be, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Fabulous Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Well, we are beginning our day with a bit of a mixed bag here. You know, got the Dow that's up 103, S&P up 5, NASDAQ 173 to the downside, Russell by 18, transport's up 25, semis up 59, the New York Stock Exchange up 23. You've got gold off 38 bucks, silver down $2.37, light sweet crude is up 15 pennies, natural gas is up a nickel. So let's try to figure out what all this means. Let's begin by taking a look at our daily equity future contracts. We'll put up the four horsemen out there. We've got two that are at least trading with inside of profile levels, the first being the ES Mini, profile support at 66.21, resistance up at 68.12. The importance of this profile, listen, the importance of this profile is that this profile wraps around the prior profile. We are going to have a two-way trading market as the market consolidates with inside those levels. There's additional levels for us to be paying attention. I'll share those with you momentarily as well. It's that ES Mini new profile that formed 2 days ago that's giving us the signal that we should expect and anticipate a consolidating market. The NQ is actually trading below profile support, but where it has support is at its TD9 count breakout level. Granted, on Friday, we closed below that, it being 24,633. The very next trading session back above it, that was a false breakdown message. But if we do close below 24,633.25 for two consecutive sessions out there, we likely head lower, and I'll show you where those lower levels are at. We take the Dow Equity Future contract. It's the one that is trading below support. I don't have any support here on the daily time frame, so that is the wild card. And finally, when we look at the Russell 2000, Rose Momentum Indicator top, all have topping patterns. In the case of Russell 2000, just a consolidation with inside its profile. It's tested support at the 2447 level. That's the level to be watching in today's end. That's what's going on the daily time frame. Remember, consolidation, consolidation, consolidation. That is the message of the ES Mini. When we really take a look at what's going on here with regard to the levels, the consolidation area, the consolidation pattern, it is the weekly time frame charts. And if you take a look at these are a beauty. What do you mean these are a beauty? We've got price that is consolidating with inside of these profile levels. These are new profile levels that formed last week. You've got a TD9 count top for the ES Mini for its daily time frame. Price traveled last Friday, the entire range, meaning resistance up at 67.72, down to support at 65.75. Inside the NQ, we did basically about the same thing, although we didn't touch support at the 24.108 level. We got pretty close. Resistance, 25.179. If somebody's asking me, and somebody was asking me, what's the range for the NASDAQ, what's the range for the ES Mini, you've got them now. What's the range for the Dow? Remember, the Dow Daily did not have a support level, but the Dow Weekly most certainly does. And what do we see the Dow Weekly do? We saw the Dow Weekly this week and last week get down, test, and reject 45,694. We also saw last week where price rejected resistance up at 47,090. And finally, we take a look at the Russell 2000. It has support at 2372. We haven't gotten down there. Resistance, which we have tested the last 2 weeks at 2518 out there. That is the range that you're trading in. Expect or anticipate to get frustrated out here as we have a market that moves up and down. This is going to be great for day trading. Just got to be paying attention to the different signals out there and what's going on an intraday basis. If we move from here, I'm going to go ahead and close these charts. We don't need to come back to the weekly time frame. Hopefully you've taken a snapshot of that chart out there. That's going to assist you with regard to directionally where the markets are headed to. If we go take a look at the New York Stock Exchange, its advanced client oscillator will be there here momentarily. That's the lower left is the advanced client oscillator. Where is it printing? Still below the zero threshold level. That tells us that sellers are the ones with an edge. We have a spot VIX index that is well above its 50-day exponents moving average. The 50 days at 1748, the spot VIX at 2434. Both these indicators provide sellers with an edge. It's why we have seen when price gets up to resistance levels, why we have seen selling out there. So sellers have the edge here with regard to these two different tools out here. I'm going to go ahead and close that. Well, I'm going to leave that up because there was a question about the VIX, so I will leave that chart up. If we take a look at from a day trading standpoint, what I really mean there are the intraday time frame charts. Let's begin with the NQ since that's what popped up first. The most important level out here, in my opinion, is the 5-hour oscillator and change line. And what we can see for the NQ out there is that level has been tested, and so far that is held. If we do see a close above it, where is it? It's not that much further from where we're trading right now, it being 24,782. If we get a close above that, we are likely going to target the bottom of its profile at 25,019. On the 240-minute time frame, we are just consolidating with inside his profile. Resistance up at 24,948. Support at the 24,563 level. It was the 2-hour time frame charts that generated the bottom signal at 4 o'clock in the morning. When I say bottom signal here, each of you, and I'll put up the ES mini charts, but each of you knew on Monday when I came back, as I was traveling last week, we had that one-day rate of change. The spot VIX was like 32% or so, and so it was not a surprise that we saw a rally on Monday. Yesterday, we had another one-day rate of change above the plus 10%. Not a surprise that we had a rally this morning. It did not kick off until 4 a.m. Yes, price moved lower out there. That was because we didn't have any clear signals going into yesterday's close, and we just needed to wait for those to appear. Normally, they appear in a 30-minute time frame. They did not appear this time on a 30-minute time frame. All four. Was it 3 of the 4 or all 4? Certainly 3 of the 4, the ES, the NQ, and the Dow, formed TD9 count bottoms. I believe the Russell 2000 did as well for its 2-hour time frame. Now, what that tells you, if you're looking for what's the key level today to be watching to the downside, it is going to be the low at 4 o'clock. That low out there, it's actually the low that came in between 4 and 6. That low being 24,410. Price closed below that. We are definitely headed lower out there. Let's go take a look at the ES mini charts. Put those up on our screen here for you. We'll actually put them up on our screen, and then we can take a look at these before we get back to the break. After we get back to the break, we're going to look at GDS for Alan, TGB for Mary Jo, RGTI for Tom, NVIDIA for Tom, UVIX for S&P, Marvell, and Irene for Duncan Steve. Of course, I'd love to take a look at your request as well. Send me that email, steve@tfnn.com.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at the intraday charts here for the SMINI. You can see the 2-hour TD9 count bottom pattern that had formed out here. The key threshold level, the key level today, if we were to trade lower and take out and close below 65.7150, it negates that signal, and that would most certainly suggest that we had lower. To the upside, we can see resistance again on the 5-hour oscillator and change line, currently printed at 66.62. Now, that's a 5-hour close that you need to see above that level to suggest that we're going to rally more. There's other resistance at 66.97 basically. That's coming off the 4-hour time frame chart, 66.73 for the 2-hour time frame chart. Those are the top of the profiles. The 30-minute ES did complete a TD9 count top, tested and rejected. It closed above 66.8450. That's the high of the pattern, would likely lead to higher price out there. So those are the levels to watch to the upside and to the downside out there. Let's put the, before I start getting into all the requests out there, just in case, just on a matter of just managing time. And my apology for not being with you. My computer system went ahead and put in a Windows update, and when I went to go use the system, it was unusable. Lost all the TAS market profiles, lost a bunch of other data. Took quite a while to get things back up and running. Did it at least by noon of yesterday. So sorry that I couldn't be with you, but I even was trying to figure out how to do it on the laptop, and but just couldn't come up with it. With regard to Goldilocks, you've got a TD9 count topping pattern that formed yesterday. You know that. For its daily time frame, the weekly is going to complete or form a TD9 count top as well. The 5-hour, so what we're watching for here now is, if you look at the 2-hour time frame, you can see that TD9 count out there. And price right now is taking on the buy zone of its profile. If we close below the buy zone of its profile, what I mean by that is a close below 42.56 out there, 42.56.90. That's going to suggest that we move back to test out its breakout level support at 42.1740. That's on the 120-minute time frame chart out there. Let me do this here real quick. Let's take a quick peek and see how those 120-minute time frame charts breakout levels of support have held on this rally to the upside. So we'll just simply put this up here. By the way, if we would do close below 42.1740, if you're asking me where's the next level that we head to, it would be likely the next breakout area. That's at 41.13. Below that, 40.92. Below that, 39.98.70. Now, this is for the 120-minute time frame out there. We can put whatever time frame we want to see where those breakout levels are at. For example, we can switch this to the 5-hour time frame. Just out of curiosity, what does that show? Let's go find out what it shows. Let's try to find out what it shows. This is automatically. So that 5-hour time frame been pretty darn good since August. We haven't seen a close below a TD9 count breakout level since August. So what you're going to want to watch for gold here is going to be that 41.57 level. If we get a close below that, it's telling us we have a bit of a change in trend out there. Now, let's take a look at some other gold charts out here. Let me just move this one back. Let me do this here. Let me start this PowerPoint here. I went ahead and saved some charts from my black background system so that I could share those with you today. Yeah, from the current slide, that'll work. Here we go. So we take a look at Stevie's black background set of charts here. You're going to see a large A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. It's the 1 to 2 A to B equals CD. Those of you who own the art of timing the trade know that when you do a 1 to 2 A to B equals CD, and that's a long term, you typically do something else. This one started back here in the 1999 time period out there. We can also see that so you've got resistance at 48.36 was the 1 to 2 A to B equals CD, and above that at 44.78 is its next monthly horizontal trading range boundary line. So we are up at an area of resistance on the monthly time frame for gold. We also have gold this morning that did make new all-time highs in all the major currencies. When I say major currencies, I'm referring to euro, yen, pound, Canadian loonies, Swedish krona, Swiss franc, even the Chinese yuan, and we go ahead and put in the Russian ruble out there. Now that's a sign of a bull market. When something is rising in all major currencies out there, that's what you want. The danger here is there is a game of musical chairs, and at some point in time, and not only are we at new all-time highs, or did we make new all-time highs earlier this morning in those currencies, we did the same in all of the Middle Eastern currencies. Now I say all, I'm just simply referring to these 8, meaning the Jordanian dinar, the Saudi riyal, the Israeli shekel, the Egyptian pound, the Syrian pound, the Iraqi dinar, the Kuwaiti dinar, and the Iranian rial. So those patterns made new all-time highs. Again, bullish as can be out there. When the music stops, this is the danger with everything here at new all-time highs. They're all going to move lower. And then that could has some selling. That could lead to a 2-month decline out there. We know how the 2 bars kind of work. What else can I share with you with regard to gold? Well, I can't share anything else, but with regard to silver, I can. Here, if we take a look at silver, silver has made a run. There's an A to B equals CD pattern there as well. It's made its run and found resistance at its monthly horizontal trading range boundary line at 52.73. Is there anything else? Nope, nothing else for me to share with you on those black background charts, but I do hope that helps you out with regard to Goldilocks. Now, let's get to our first request coming in from Tom G. Wants just an overview of RGTI out here. RGTI right now is trading at 44.04. Monthly chart looks very good. The weekly chart is of concern, but I don't know what it's going to look like at the end of the day. Right now, we have a Rhodes momentum indicator top because it's a bearish shooting star candle. So we got to come back to this from a weekly standpoint. If that's were to unfold there, Tom, that would suggest that RGTI, I should say, is pulling back or should pull back towards the 30.54 level. The daily's got a TD9 count top. Price is trading into the buy zone of its profile, Tom. That's between 42.45 and 45.94 out there. A close below 42.45, we head to the 30.46 area. That's the daily TD9 count breakout level. That's the weekly or approximately the weekly oscillator unchanged line. So that's what's going on. We take a look at RGTI. Alan wants to take a look at GDS. So let's go ahead and pull that up on our screen out there. That's a request that came in yesterday as well. Give me a moment while I was gone. So let's get GDS. And Alan is long, and he's looking for daily, weekly, and monthly outlook here. So what I can tell you about the weekly time frame right now is prices trading into a weekly buy zone. That buy zone is between the price level of 31.87 and 33.21. If we close below 31.87 today, and we certainly close below it next Friday, well, then we've got a profile change in trend out there. But right now, price is pulling back into its buy zone. Last time we were down here was back on the week of August 22nd, and it was with 16 million shares. So far, in just short of 2 hours of trading, this is on 9 million shares. So this is moving lower with volume. Ought to get to that profile bottom. The daily time frame, you're going to get a TD9 count bottom pattern today. That pattern will complete on Monday. You really need to see some strong intraday charts to say that the bottom is today. I'm not going to go look at the charts because we are down. Other than a TD9 count pattern, we're down at the low, so there's no Rhodes momentum indicator signal or anything that I can think of there. So this looks like you're going to take a little bit of heat here. I would say because price close is trading below its TD9 count breakout level at 32.66, we got a bit more room to run to the bottom of that weekly profile, that this is likely to head lower out there. But you might have a bottom come Monday. So I hope that helps you out, Alan. Thanks so much for waiting for that. We come back from this break. For Mary Jo, we're going to look at TGB. Tom, we're going to look at NVIDIA, UVIX for S&P, Marvell, and Irene for Duncan, CCAP for McGuppy, QS, and NPWR for Nitram. We'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back. Mary Jo wants to know if it's a good time to buy TGB out here. Taseko Mines out there, and we can see right now on a daily time frame. First, this has a Rhodes momentum indicator top, and now price is trading below the bottom of its bullish structure daily profile with bar number 4. So the answer to that question we know with certainty is no. The next target to the downside is 337 off the daily time frame chart. The weekly time frame chart is going to go ahead and complete a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Now, the level that you're watching for here today, Mary Jo, is its oscillator and change line, which is at 388. A close below 388 is going to add to the idea that price is going to get down towards 337 out there. If 337 fails, and we'd be looking to move between 312 to 326, that is the bearish structured area of its most recent weekly profile. On a monthly time frame, we're in bar number 8. We're too early in this month to be able to tell whether this might be a TD9 count top or not. Maybe what we're going to get for the month is a Rhodes momentum indicator top, but the answer is absolutely not. This is not a good time to buy TGB out there. It is likely headed lower. Tom G wanted to take a look at NVIDIA as well. And as we look at, well, here's high-grade copper. This is really back more towards for Mary Jo, just simply because TGB is going to follow along with copper. Copper on a daily time frame has got a Rhodes momentum indicator top. We are now trading below the bottom of its daily profile. The key levels for it here is 4.90. If we close below 4.90, we are likely headed back towards 459. So you got both really instruments kind of moving in that same direction out there. So I wanted to make sure that I provided you with that information as well. Now let's go take a look at NVIDIA for Tom G. NVIDIA right now is trading at 180.69, and it's just trading with inside its daily profile. It's a bearish structured daily profile. We're trading below its oscillator and change line. It has lost its momentum. Odds would favor that it moves lower with a price target of 174.92, the bottom of its daily profile. That is especially that motion is seconded by the weekly chart, which has a Rhodes momentum indicator top that formed last week. We closed back inside its profile last week. This week, though, we are now trading below its oscillator and change line. The oscillator and change line for this instrument as of 11:33 a.m. is currently priced at 184 even Steven. So as long as we close below that, odds favor we're going to make a move to the 174.58 level, 174.58 to 174.92. If we close below 174.92, then we start headed to 158.09. The monthly time frame looks pretty good. Everything really, I think, being driven mostly by that weekly time frame chart. So I hope that helps you out. Just as a quick overview for NVIDIA for the daily, weekly, and monthly time frame. S&P is interested in an instrument. I have not traded this. VIX out there. You're in bar number 6. The upside, this is the assumption that volatility is going to continue to rise out there. What I don't have is a, the issue is this is also dealing with the S&P 500 out there. And not that volatility has been rising. I don't have a topping pattern out here, but it really goes back to that weekly set of profiles for the ES Mini and the daily set of profiles for that. I don't know, S&P, that I can be of real help here for you. Even I go back and take a look at the VIX. If I take a look at the VIX index, let's go do that. First, I don't even know what's inside of UVIX. It could be, futures contract for January and February and March of next year. I just don't know what's inside this. But with regard to, you got to really pay attention to what's going on in the S&P 500 and the ES Mini. At this stage here, prices tested and rejected that 66.21 level, the bottom of its daily profile. I would say if you see price start trading or close below that level, then we should see the spot VIX index continue to rise, because I would expect or anticipate that the ES Mini would target its TD9 count breakout area. That would be at the 65.06 level. So I wish I could be more specific for you, S&P. It is what it is. And thanks for your request, as always. The next request is to take a look at, it's to take a look at Marvell for Duncan Steve. MRVL is the ticker symbol. Let's put its charts up on our screen out here. Marvell trading out at 86.38. It's trading above the top of its weekly profile and its green oscillator and change line. It is bullish. The monthly time frame is what's causing the slowdown, if you will. Price ran into resistance at the top of its profile, 90.34. Just a consolidation with inside that profile. Now to the daily time frame. The daily time frame has a what? I don't even know. It doesn't have a wave 7 top. Here, Marvell is trading above the top of its daily profile. So what you'd really learn about Marvell here, Duncan, is only if price were to close below 84.21 would that suggest that the move lower was more than just a counter trend move. Why? Because that was a bullish structure profile. We've been above it for all week. Most of last week out there, even the Friday move to the downside. So that's the area to watch, 84.21 to 85.17. As long as that holds, your issue is 90.34, the top of the monthly profile, but we should at least rally out there. So not seeing a ton of bearishness signals out here, just simply dealing with resistance more than anything else. Let's go take your next instrument out here, and that is for Irene. IREN is a ticker symbol. Not really Irene, but easy enough for Stevie to say. IREN is trading out at 57.72. The daily time frame has a TD9 count top, and now we've got price trading below profile support. Profile support is at 59.20. So Dunk, a close below that today increased the odds of a move to 44.95. 44.95 is the daily TD9 count breakout level. The weekly time frame completed a TD9 count top last week. That has taken hold. It has a price objective of 40.76. It's oscillator and change line. So we're going to go with about the 40 area to 44.95 is a likely target for IREN to the downside. So I hope that helps you out, Duncan, and thanks so much for your request. McGuppy wants to take a CCAP. Let's see if I don't know if I was able to get those charts up on my screen or not, but yes, I did. CCAP is trading out at 13.74. The question is, are there any bottoming patterns? Well, it negated a TD9 count bottom pattern. Actually never formed a TD9 count bottom pattern. So on a daily basis, I don't see, well, you do have an A to B equals CD pattern. So it looks like it's probably a 1 to 2 or 2.6 to an 8 level out there. So you do have a daily by the D point bottom pattern with price consolidating with inside its profile. So that being said, you see prices running into resistance at its red oscillator and change line, right around where we're trading right now. It's about 13.75. We're at 13.74. The ideal buy area, if you wanted to take a buy, is between 13.42 and 13.53. You're asking, is there a bottom? Daily daily has a by the D point bottom. The weekly negated last week its TD9 count bottom out there, and it's running resistance at its oscillator and change line. I don't like that. No bottom there, so cautious. Monthly time frame. Monthly time frame shows that we are going to form bar number 8 this month. That says CCAP might form a TD9 count bottom between the months of this month, the month of October, and then December. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. So bottoming patterns, only the daily at this moment in time. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. Give me a second here to get to the proper charts. There's a few more requests that have come in. We're just starting to prepare those. We're going to first take a look at this is for Nitram. QS is a ticker symbol out there. This has formed, yesterday formed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top out there. Today price is testing profile support. If this closes today below profile support, that's at 1505. We're at 1503 right now. We likely head lower. I would say head lower towards 1249. The weekly may form a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Just depends on the actual candle formation at the moment in time. It's a shooting star. Don't know what it will be at day's end. But you got a daily top if price close below profile support, and you get a weekly shooting star candle out there. You're looking at a move back towards the 1249 level. Monthly has no problem with it. It's just that daily and weekly time frame. Nitram, you also want to take a look at NPWR. Let's pull that screen up here, those set of charts up here, daily, weekly, and monthly. NPWR is trading out at $3.58. We can see that this month so far it's running a resistance at the top of its profile. That's at 404. Also, it's oscillating in change line. The weekly is running a resistance at its TD9 count top. That's at 533. Last week was a shooting star. This week is a shooting star. Every time last week price got near that 533 mark. So the sellers are most certainly up at that 533 level. So what you're looking for here, Nitram, is a close above that. Most certainly. The daily time frame has got a TD9 count top. We are trading into the buy zone. That's between 333 and 372. If 333 fails, we likely see a move to 294. It's TD9 count breakout area. So that's what's going on with NPWR. Thank you for your request. Dan inside the Tigers Dan wants to take a look at Rain Man out here. RANI. RANI is trading out right now at $1.99. It is having one heck of a stellar day out there. Yesterday closed at the price point. What did they cure, Dan? What did they solve? Yesterday it closed at 47 cents out there, and we're trading at 206. That's a 400% move today. So that's a gorgeous thing. Dan, I don't know what you're looking for. Probably where's resistance? Well, resistance, the next set of resistance is really going to be the bottom of its, no, take that back. Yeah, the bottom of its monthly profile. 251 is where you're going to run into your first real test of resistance, the bottom of that monthly profile. If you can close above that, that's in lieu of any new profiles forming. If you're able to close above that, maybe you're looking to move towards the 390, 459 area. If I open up the weekly time frame chart, we are through. We blew through one TD9 count breakdown resistance level. I see another one, and that other one is at going to be, so the next resistance level here, utilizing that tool, is going to be at 267. So we got 267. And 251 is really where you're going to run into resistance out there. Doesn't mean that I can't blow through it, but that's the area where you'd be looking at for resistance. So I hope that helps you out, Dan, with regard to RANI. I assume you're in it, and kudos to you for that. Hector and Patty write in and want to know what the Sam heck is going on with the GDX out there, with gold pulling back, with silver pulling back. Well, we've got the GDX doing the same. Now, for the daily time frame, this is confirming a Rhodes momentum indicator top. As long as price remains below its oscillator change line, tells us it has lost its momentum. This is just day number 1 to the downside. I would expect a 2 to 4 day move to the downside. And where are the next price levels? Well, the next price level to attack would be between the 71, would be at 71.27. That is the top of the daily profile. Turns out the GDX formed a TD9 count top last week. That suggests that price should pull back towards 72.27. So we got a 72.27 and a 71.27 going once, going twice, sold. That is likely where price is targeting on the GDX. On a monthly basis, this is bar number 8 of a TD9 count. Says you could get a top between this month and the next 2 out there. I had mentioned when we took a look at gold that if we start really cracking some of those levels out there, support levels out there, we could be looking at about a 2-month pullback. Why would Steve even say such a thing? Well, we had a rally for 6 consecutive months, then a quick break, and then a 2-month rally. This could be month number 3 or could end up being month number 1 to the downside out there. Typically, when we move to the downside, last time, by the way, we had a 2 consecutive move to the downside, was in November and December of 2024. Out there. So we want to most certainly be careful because of all the topping patterns out there. However, we don't have a confirmed topping pattern on the monthly chart, but we do for the daily and the weekly. So the GDX, again, first target's our first target, 71.27 to 72.26, and then we'll just simply go from there. John in Milwaukee wants to take that RTX. I don't think, John, that I was able to get that symbol in on the system. I was not, but I'll do it right here, right now. So if you give me just a moment. RTX. We'll let this thing populate. Those of you that are golfers out there, I happened to be up late last night, early this morning, and was watching live. The LPGA was they're playing in South Korea, an incredible golf course. It looks like a fairy tale. It is incredible. They have one hole out there. It's the 15th. I play a lot of golf. I like target golf. I like challenging golf courses for sure. And but this one is the biggest challenge I think I've ever seen for a par 3. They got a decent green, but then it kind of moves off to the right as you're looking at, as you're hitting into it, and you're surrounded. I mean, I don't know if it's 10 yards. And you're hitting from about 180, 190. So, I mean, you've got to bring that ball in high if you're going to even try to go at that pin. I didn't see anybody try to go at that pin yesterday. That's a dangerous game. Anyways, okay, we got RTX up on our screen. This is for John in Milwaukee. So, John, RTX is trading below its TD9 count breakout level, 157.67, without a bottoming pattern. So that suggests that we head lower. The weekly time frame chart last week went ahead and formed a Rhodes momentum indicator top. It did it with that bearish evening star, 3-river evening star pattern. This would suggest, because we're below oscillator and change line, that we would target 149.63. That's the top of its weekly profile. The monthly time frame chart is completing a TD9 count topping pattern. That suggests that we ought to see price move below 149.49. Now, that green oscillator and change line for its monthly time frame is going to be your friend or foe out there. Price has been above this level since April of 2024 out there. If we close below that, odds favor that we're going to move lower. So the daily says I want lower price. The weekly says I want lower price. And the monthly says I want lower price. I think what RTX is saying to us is it wants lower price. So I hope that helps you out, John. Thanks for your request. Is there another one? Yes, this one here is from, Maui Bob. You got to love that. Maui Bob is up early. Talk about me being up early. Maui Bob is definitely up early. Can we take a look at the euro? Absolutely, we can take a look at the euro. EUR/USD. Let's get that up on our screen, see what it is doing out here. And this is pretty cool. Thanks for even asking the question, because we're going to be able to take a look at the euro from the daily, the weekly, and the monthly time frame. You say you suspect from your charts that it will continue down its daily bearish trend. Any insights where it will be in the next few days? Well, that's always a tough one. So when we take a look at the euro out here and disregard the profile levels that you see out there, just disregard them altogether. So what do we know? We know that the euro either came close or formed a buy the D point pattern. Let's go put that in there. Here's the daily pattern. So there's your A to B. We're going to simply move this A to B over to the C point. No, it didn't complete it. So it still has an ongoing A to B equals CD to the downside pattern that would get us into the 115.03-ish area. When we come back from this break, we're going to go take a look at the euro for Bob in Maui. I am jealous. I'd love to be there, and we're going to go. I'll tell you what, we're going to hop on the boat, go over to Lanai, and go play the challenge at Manelli. I'd love to do that today. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
So when we look at the charts for the euro, the one thing that we notice is a likely sell the D point top that is trying to form here in the month of October. And so if we do get a bearish reversal, you can see price ran in resistance at its T knockout breakdown resistance level 1.19. That alone can be a top, but you'd like to get that confirmation with a bearish reversal then you get a sell the D point top out there, and that should then take price back to the 112 level. What you're watching for, because you're looking for the euro to head lower, and you're asking what's it likely to do over the next couple of days. The daily time frame, what you're watching for here is you're watching its oscillator and change line, and that is currently printed at 1.166. If price closes below that, then we likely head lower. Why? You have a sell the D point top on the weekly time frame chart. I showed you the A to B equals CD pattern in the monthly, just so I don't have to scrunch the weekly chart together. If we got it on the monthly, the pattern, we've got it on the weekly. And you can see the bearish shooting star candle. Price trading below its oscillator and change line, it has lost its momentum. So in order for this to continue to move lower, you need to see the euro close below that daily red oscillator and change line. So I hope that made sense to you and that helped you out. Thanks so much for your request, and a mahalo to you, and enjoy the weekend. I'll be dreaming about playing golf over in Lanai. And I'll be doing that in about an hour or so as I tee off. If we take a look at the RDDT, this is for Roger and Boulder, a nice bearish shooting star candle. I don't see a bottoming pattern out here. We're trading below profile support. Its daily red oscillator and change line looks to me like it wants lower price. The next level of support, this also has a weekly Rhodes momentum indicator top. We 172.62. That is the top of its weekly profile. And below that, 149.69. Lastly, Roger wanted to take a look at Avgo. Broadcom, ABGO is the ticker symbol. We've got Avgo trading out right now at $346. It is testing the top of its daily profile at $342.99. If it closes below that, we likely see $336.06 or $326.81. That's all I've got for you, folks. So have a fantastic Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. Those of you who are golfers, lots of birdies. I had 6 of them yesterday. And that is a beautiful thing. Take care, folks. We'll see you on Monday.